to Squawk Box. We got some big news that took place on Christmas Eve. If you missed it, Travis Kalanick planning to leave the board at Uber at the end of the year. This after massively selling down his shares just over the past couple of weeks. Joining us right now to discuss this and so much more in Tech Talkers, Joanne Lipman's here, distinguished journalism fellow at the Institute for Advanced Study, of course, a CNBC contributor. Rogers Cheng is here. He's the editor, executive editor. I don't want to demote you. You're the executive editor and head of CNET News. Okay, so what do we think? Why do we think this happened, and what does it mean?
So there's a couple of possibilities, right? One is there could be something that Travis knows that the rest of us don't, which I think is an interesting possibility.
Okay.
And the other is simply that he is just so furious at how badly he has been treated and humiliated. I mean, when they did the IPO, that was just humiliating that he was not up there on the dais. And so there possibly he just wants to just walk away.
I mean, if you look at the fundamentals too, it's not exactly the best stock to be holding right now. And you know, to Joanne's point, I think cutting ties with the company and sort of walking away with, I mean, it's still billions of dollars for him, is probably the best bet, especially given sort of the challenges that Uber is facing or will face in the coming year.
Okay,
and you think, I mean, it lost $1 billion too in the last quarter. I mean, it's not doing very well. And there's one other thing actually I would love to bring up because it doesn't come up very often, but you know, I saw a survey recently. It was done by a security organization, and it looked at Uber versus Lyft, and it only asked women about their preferences. And there was a striking difference in women who said that they felt that they had been harassed or abused in Uber cars versus Lyft, which I think is.
And do you think that's real, or do you think that's just a perception?
I think that some of it is real in that, you know, we know they had over 3,000 incidents last year of sexual abuse in their cars. But I also think that the fact that it got so much publicity because of that it makes people more aware and more leery and more likely to report.
I have one Travis Kalanick question for both of you. What do you think the chances are that an activist gets involved in the stock? It's the only Silicon Valley startup that has a one vote. There's no dual class shares. And I'll make it a sexier story for you, if you will.
They bring him back.
They try to bring Travis back. Now, if you were Travis, by the way, you wouldn't be selling your shares. Under my sort of conspiratorial view, you wouldn't sell your shares because if you thought you were coming back at the stock,
you'd want control.
You'd want to, no, you'd not only want
leverage.
You want leverage. You'd also want the benefit of the stock going up. All those things. But what is the chance that somebody tries to get into the stock and do something about it? I will say the problem with my theory is it's not clear exactly what you do. If you were a growth, if most investors would say, let's run the company for cash, or not most, but a lot of investors want them to make money. So if you do that, though, then you're going to get rid of the growth component. Another investor might say, let's do the growth component. That would be a Travis kind of thing. But that seems out of favor at the moment. So
another problem.
My theory may be off.
Another problem with your theory is Travis. I mean, look at the culture under him. Right, the reason that he was kicked out is because of this toxic culture, and there is no inclination, there is no sign that would have changed.
Yeah, it seems really unlikely at this point. Like the upside for Travis would be pretty minimal there too.
Are you long, or would you be long his other business?
CloudKitchen or Kitchen
Cloud Kitchen,
yeah. You know, it's an interesting business. I don't know if I'd want to stake a claim on whether or not it's worth an investment, but it's interesting.